What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and boy, we got a doozy of an episode for you guys in this video. I don't even know where to start. Check this out. The NATO chief says Ukraine's rightful place is in the alliance, and that Ukraine should join NATO along with the United States. We'll get to that here in this video, as well as Russia admits its own warplane accidentally bombs its own Russian city of Belgorod near the Ukrainian border. You can't make this stuff up. It's just, oh my goodness. So instead of Russia bombing and destroying a Ukrainian city and wreaking terror and havoc on Ukrainian citizens, they bombed their own Russian city and admits it. Take a look here. When a powerful blast shook a Russian city near the border of Ukraine, residents thought it was a Ukrainian attack. But the Russian military quickly acknowledged that it was a bomb accidentally dropped by one of its own warplane. This city of Belgorod is a city of 340,000 people, and it's 25 miles east of the border of Ukraine, which means that this Russian pilot missed its target by 25 miles. Think about that. The city of Belgorod has regularly faced drone attacks from Ukraine, and Russian authorities quickly blamed it on the Ukrainian military. But the explosion late Thursday was far more powerful than anything its residents had heard before. You can see some pictures here. Witnesses reported a low hissing sound followed by a blast that made nearby apartment buildings tremble and threw a car on a store roof. It left a 66-foot wide crater in the middle of a tree-lined boulevard flanked by apartment buildings, shattering their windows and damaging several cars, injuring 2 residents. A third person was later hospitalized. And immediately after the explosion, Russian commentators and military bloggers were abuzz with theories about what weapon Ukraine used for the attack, and many called for quick retribution. But about an hour later, the Russian Defense Ministry acknowledged that the explosion caused by a weapon accidentally dropped by one of its own bombers, and didn't offer any further details. But military experts said the weapon likely was a powerful 1,100-pound bomb. Yikes. In Thursday's blast, the weapon was apparently set to explode with a small delay after impact to hit underground facilities. Yeah. And local authorities decided to temporarily resettle residents of a 9-story apartment building near the blast while it was inspected to make sure it hadn't suffered irreparable structural damage. So first of all, was the target an apartment building? Why was the bomber targeting a civilian structure? Again, Russia. It surely wasn't a military target because there was no military target there. Secondly, Russia bombs their own city and misses the target city of Ukraine by 25 miles. You literally can't make this stuff up. And it wouldn't be true except for the fact that Russian military has confirmed it is true. Yeah. And that's not all for today. Take a look here. Following up on the video I did here in the last video or two, The NATO chief, the head of NATO, said that Ukraine's rightful place is in the alliance, is in NATO. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg defiantly declared yesterday that Ukraine's rightful place is in the military alliance and pledged more support for the country on his first visit to Kyiv since Russia's invasion just over a year ago. With Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky urged the NATO chief, who has been instrumental in marshaling support from NATO members, to push for even more of them, including warplanes, artillery, and armored equipment. The Kremlin, which has given various justifications for going to war, and now, I guess, bombing their own cities, but repeated Thursday that preventing Ukraine from joining NATO is still a key goal of its invasion, arguing that Kyiv's membership in the alliance would pose an existential threat to Russia. NATO leaders said in 2008, which is, 15 years ago, that Ukraine would join the alliance one day. And Stoltenberg has repeated that promise throughout the war, though the organization has established no pathway or timetable for the membership. Stoltenberg said, "Let me be clear, Ukraine's rightful place in the Euro-Atlantic family is in NATO." Ukraine's rightful place is in NATO. He said, quote, "The time has come for the alliance's leaders to define the prospects of Ukraine's acquisition of NATO membership, to define the algorithm of Ukraine's movement towards this goal, and to define security guarantees for our state for the period of such movement. That is, for the period before NATO membership," he said. Stoltenberg said he and Zelensky discussed a NATO support program for Ukraine. Quote, "This will help you transition from a Soviet-era equipment and doctrines to NATO standards and ensure full interoperability with the alliance. Quote, NATO stands with you today, tomorrow, and for as long as it takes." He noted an announcement by Denmark and Netherlands that they plan to provide Ukraine with another at least 14 refurbished Leopard 2 battle tanks by early 2024. He added that he expects countries to make new announcements of concrete military support to Ukraine at a meeting in Germany on Friday as well. Here's why this is so significant, and here's why Vladimir Putin knows this is so significant. Finland just joined NATO. Sweden is in the process of joining NATO and not far afterwards, okay? They're very close. If Ukraine joins NATO, that means any country that is in NATO means they cannot be attacked. Any country that is attacked that is in NATO, it's a declaration of war against all countries in NATO, including the United States. The United States and the 30 other countries, or I think 31 now that Finland has joined, they are by law, the laws of NATO, by law, they are all at war against the country who attacked that country. And these countries know this. Everybody knows this, okay? This is why Putin has not attacked any NATO land or countries. They all know this. This is very, very clear, okay? If Ukraine was accepted into NATO, Putin would basically have to ceasefire against Ukraine immediately. Because if he kept attacking Ukraine, he would have 31 other countries that would be at war with him. And if he didn't stop, he would either be obliterated because he's having a tough time with Ukraine alone. I mean, they're literally, first of all, he's bombing his own country. Second of all, they've been at a standstill in one or two cities here for like a month, gaining no ground at all. I think that even the classified U.S. intelligence documents have shown that he's gained 1.5 miles of ground in a month. Okay, just to kind of give you an idea, these are top secret documents that weren't supposed to be released. Okay, it took him a month and a half to gain a mile and a half, or a month to gain a mile and a half. Okay, and they've lost thousands of miles of ground that they had originally gained when they had the element of surprise. They've lost that ground now. So Russia is not gaining anything at this point. And if they had 30 other countries attacking them, including the United States with United States troops, they would just be obliterated. Except one thing, if they actually used nukes. They have 6,000 nukes. If they use nukes, God help us all, because there are no winners in a nuclear war. Remember World War II? What happened? If that happens and there's a nuclear exchange back and forth between any countries at all, there's no winners. There's no winners, guys. It's not a pretty sight at all. It's just, if you know anything, if you've seen any type of studies or data or anything, if they start shooting these, it's not a good thing at all. So Putin probably knows this, you would think, but the guy's so isolated. I mean, recent reports here from some people that were really close to him, this guy that fled out of the country, says he doesn't even carry a cell phone on him. So he doesn't even go on the internet. So this guy, who even knows what he's thinking? So, I mean, the guy's literally far enough out there that he literally could pull the trigger on something like this. And again, when you back a bear into a corner, who knows what can happen? I mean, the guy's literally way out there in today's standards, right? I mean, think about Hitler, think about Putin. I mean, when you put a madman in control of a country and they have nukes, like literally anything could happen, right? So let me know your thoughts here. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country and around the world on a daily basis. So if you haven't yet, make sure to click the subscribe button, then the bell icon down below so you don't miss out on any new videos. They come out here every day on our YouTube channel at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, thanks for hitting the like button for us and sharing these videos. Here's some videos you should watch next. Trillions of dollars were just announced in this shocking video. And there are U.S. troops on the ground here in this video, which is crazy as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.